Hello, hi. My name's Delaney Keith and I'm an actress. And for this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can do that on camera from home like I am right now. So I wanted to start with a little bit about me and how I became an actress and where I'm from. I originally am from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I've been living in Nashville for about the past 3 years. I went to school at Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, where I studied theater and got my bachelor's degree in theater and a minor in dance. I was really bad at dance, so I decided to minor in it. But after that, I moved to Nashville, which is about 30 minutes away, where I have been, and I'm actually moving to Atlanta whenever it's safe to, which is where my agent is, and I'll talk more about my agent later. But I've been acting since I was really young. I always loved storytelling and performing. I would grab my sister and make her do skits with me in front of my parents. And then I really started doing plays and going to workshops and becoming more serious about it in high school. And that's whenever I decided I would study it in college. And at MTSU, we did a lot of theater. We did a lot of small theater and a couple classic pieces, but a lot of contemporary plays, I would say. And I also took an acting for the film class at MTSU, which I was really thankful for because I was able to meet and make connections with the film students there and do some short films with them, which was really helpful because I decided I really liked film after that. And after I graduated, I met Miss Maddie, which you may know, who is also an excellent filmmaker. And I did several short film projects with her, which were great. And I did more short film projects with Watkins and some Belmont students, just to get more practice and experience in front of the camera, which I would recommend anybody to do. But after I was out of college for about a year, I decided I wanted to get an agent in Atlanta. And I'll talk more about her. Like I said, I'll talk more about her later. But I submitted all my materials to her, and I ended up being signed with her. And through her, I booked some music videos, commercials, a couple more short films, one bigger film project. So yeah, I'm here to talk to you about that, how I do it, how to self-tape. I'll go over what I have right here in front of me, which is super simple, and the basics of what you need to know whenever you're acting or speaking or teaching a class, reading a book over Zoom, on camera. Okay, so let's get started with talking about how I have my setup for self-taping. I'll say that's an important thing that everybody needs to know when it comes to Zoom readings or any kind of online thing where you're on a video camera where other people can see you. I would say the number one thing is you need to have good lighting. And that, I know that seems daunting. You don't have to go buy expensive lights. I have a ring light, which I'll show my setup more later. But honestly, if you just use a lamp without a lampshade or some bright light in front of you coming from behind the camera, so that way the light is more flattering and it doesn't cast a weird shadow on the back wall. I have a very slight shadow here, but I'll show you what it looks like whenever I use a backlight, which is, I would say, a no-no. Do not use a backlight, and what that looks like and the difference between that and this. Okay, so this is an example of what it means to be backlit. I have a light right now, an umbrella light that is shining on the back wall behind me. You can't really see my face clearly. It's dark, it's not really clear what my mouth is doing, what my expressions are. But yeah, so that's why it's not good to be backlit. Moving on. So the last thing I'll say about a setup is don't be intimidated about it. I mean, I know a lot of people say you must have the fanciest cameras, you must have the best lighting and backdrops, but that's not true. You don't need any of that. I'm using a ring light, like I said, I got from Best Buy, but even if I didn't have that, I would still be able to do this with a lamp or using natural light. Natural light is going to be your best friend as long as you make sure you're able to be seen and heard clearly with minimal distractions. That's my best advice for you with a setup for self-taping. Great, so now that we've seen what the difference is between being front lit by a ring light and being backlit, I'm going to move on to talking about backgrounds. So you don't have to have a green screen or a fancy backdrop or anything. I just am in my bedroom. This is my bedroom wall. It's painted blue, it's a solid color, and there's not much going on behind it, and that is key, having a plain background. Whether you're doing a YouTube video or filming an audition or a Zoom reading or a class, no matter what the occasion, I would say minimize your distractions behind you so people can focus on you and what you're doing. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about clothes to wear whenever you're doing a self-tape or no matter what else you're doing. I'm wearing something patterned right now, which is actually not very normal of me to do when I'm auditioning for something, but I actually had an audition today, and this is what fit the character. So I would say dress to wear what makes you feel most confident, but try to minimize loud patterns or colors that blend in with the background. So I try to avoid black and white, and I try to go for something like a purple color or a blue color, something that is flattering to me, that is not too distracting. Don't come in wearing a sequined costume. You don't need to dress in a costume, but wear something that makes you feel comfortable and that's not too distracting. So another thing to keep in mind is the angle of your camera. So what part of you is showing? What part of you are other people seeing? Normally, for casting directors, they recommend actors have about an inch or two above their head, and it cuts off right around this area. This is normally the box you would be in. And that goes for Zoom as well. That goes for YouTube. For Zoom, it's kind of complicated sometimes if you have to get up and a lot of people see your torso or just the top of your head. But I'll say this is the best and least distracting way to film something. If I am talking at you like this, there's a lot of extra headspace there that could potentially be distracting. So you want to angle it to where there's about an inch or two above your head, and you can see just below your shoulders. So something I do before every rehearsal, every audition, every performance is I warm up. And I warm up both my body and my voice. It's very important to use that to feel focused, to get your time to really breathe and be in the moment, to know that you're going to be able to speak clearly and really do your best. So I'll attach a video of me doing my vocal warm-up and also my stretching warm-up to this video. This is Joe, another actor, and together we're going to show you how we warm up for a show or audition. So we're going to start by just shaking it out. Shake it out. Get out all your wiggles. And jump around a little bit. Make sure you get moving. Get that blood flowing. I like to shake out my arms, shake out my legs.
Get the hip.
Shake out my hips. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to roll down?
Bring it around town. And then, yeah, we're going to do a slow roll down where you start with your head, drop your head, and then roll down slowly with each vertebrae.
Breathing is important, isn't it?
Breathing is very important when you're warming up. Get your breath flowing. Take a deep breath in.
Wonder what the camera's seeing right now.
And a deep breath out. All right, once you're down, just shake out your shoulders a little bit. Bounce a little bit. Get your voice moving a little bit. Ah, feel free to breathe out with sound. Ah.
You can also buzz your lips. It's all about getting
Roll
loose
up.
in the body and in the breath.
So let's do a little lip buzz, shall we? Roll out your shoulders. Make sure you release that tension while you lip buzz. I also like to shake out my jaw, so I grab my hands together like this, and we just shake it out. This gets your jaw loose, so you're not holding on to tension when you speak. Rub it out. We hold a lot of tension in our jaws. One more time. And then let's beat our chest. Get your resonators going. So
We have these lower resonators
yes.
that come from your gut and your chest and everything down there. So if you can just make it lightly.
Loosen up your diaphragm. Yes,
Yeah.
we want to be breathing and speaking from our lower belly. So let's just take in a deep breath to our lower belly. You want to make those hands move out and slowly breathe out. You don't want to breathe in and have your shoulders go up like this. You want to focus on sending the breath like a balloon right in your lower belly and let it out slowly.
Maybe some light massage.
Yeah, massage it out. And I like to scrunch up my face and stretch it wide. Scrunch it up and stretch it wide. Just get all your face muscles going. It looks silly, but it's really helpful.
You know what I heard once?
What?
Meow.
Ooh, that's good.
Because you're
Like
going
a
up
cat.
and down.
Meow.
We're warming up our resonators in our
Yes.
face
It's
lightly.
good to just lightly rub your face. Meow. Get your resonators going. Meow. Meow.
If you can go into your falsetto and warm up your forehead. Key!
Yes. Key. Shoot it. Imagine it's like a light shooting out of the top of your head. Key. 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 And all the way in your hips. Zoo.
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 That's a good one.
Zoo.
Oh.
Zoo. Imagine the sound coming from your hips. Zoo. And then from your belly, breathe in. Whoa. Whoa. To activate your chest, sha.
Oh.
Sha.
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 Ah.
And to focus on a more sharp sound coming out of your face, pay, pay,
Pay.
pay, pay, pay,
Pay.
pay,
Pay.
pay, pay. Ooh, and release that. Now we're gonna go over some basic lip trills and vocal warm-ups that we like especially. So we like to do the roller coaster, which is basically getting your voice as low as it can go to as high as it can go, just like you're on a roller coaster. So we're gonna strap in. We're on a roller coaster, safety first, and we're going at the bottom of the hill. Nice. Woo, shake that out. Shall we do some tongue twisters and such?
Yeah, we'll warm up some of our speech articulators.
Yes, so it's very important to do this to speak clearly, no matter if you're on camera or on stage going into an audition. It's very important to be able to speak clearly, have your consonants be clear, and your vowels be clear. So I like to do a little tititaz.
Ta-ta-ta.
Yes, and
Ta-ta-ta.
I can lead, Joe can repeat, and you can follow along at home. Ta-ta-ta.
Ta-ta-ta.
Da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Na.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
La.
La-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Ka.
Kick. Oh, it's a hard one. Kick. Ka.
Ga. Nice. Yeah, so that is gonna get most of your consonant sounds. You want to differentiate between your t and your d's. You don't want to muddy your t's with your d's or make your t's sound like s's, right? No tss.
No splashy T's.
A clear t, d, t, d, ta. Yes.
Ta. Ooh. Ta.
Da.
I feel like we're in like a rap battle.
Yes, perfect. All right, shall we do one more tongue twister?
What do you got?
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
A classic. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Another good one is she sells seashells down by the seashore.
She sells seashells down by the seashore. Oh,
Good job, Joe.
so scared.
One that gets me all the time, but is very good for distinction in your words is Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. That's a good one.
Swiss wristwatch.
Swiss wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch. Swiss wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch. Swiss wristwatch. Woo!
Oh boy.
That's tough. All right, there you go. There's a basic warm-up that we do before we're doing any kind of audition or performance, but anytime I'm about to act in front of a camera or in front of a crowd, I always like to do this to get my body warmed up, my voice warmed up. It's very important for speaking clearly and being full of energy.
Yeah.
Thanks,
for
Joe.
having me.
Well, what a relief. He cleared it all up.
You believe him?
Of course.
Isn't it more that it's easier to believe him?
But we can corroborate his story with Mr. McGinn.
Yes. These types of people are clever. They're not so easily undone.
Well, I'm convinced.
You're not. You just want things to be resolved so that you can have simplicity back.
I want no further part of this.
I'll bring him down with or without your help.
How can you be so sure that he's lying?
Experience.
You just don't like him. You don't like it that he uses a ballpoint pen. You don't like it that he takes 3 lumps of sugar in his tea. You don't like it that he likes Frosty the Snowman, and you're letting that convince you of something terrible. Just terrible. Well, I like Frosty the Snowman. And I think it would be nice if this school weren't run like a prison. And I think it's a good thing that I love to teach history, and I might inspire my students to love it too. And if you judge that to mean that I'm not fit to be a teacher, then so be it.
Sit down.
Well, I guess only Sandy knows this about me, but my mom died when I was 13. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's like super sad, but it's like my life, so yeah. Anyway, I had this kind of crazy experience one year after she died. Well, my dad remarried pretty quickly, and my stepmother and I didn't really get along. She was like this, well, she came from a lot of inherited wealth. Anyway, so suddenly we're living in this huge house, and I'm supposed to feel really excited about it, but it just feels, I mean, the house feels big and creepy and lonely. Anyway, okay, so at one point, my dad goes on a business trip, and I'm alone with my stepmother for 2 weeks. And one night she's making dinner, and she's all out of this rosemary for this lamb stew she's making. So she tells me to walk down the street and go to the little blue house at the end of the cul-de-sac to ask the old woman who lived there if she had any rosemary we could borrow. But I was scared. Everyone at my school said that the little blue house was haunted and that the old woman who lived there was a witch. So I'm standing in my room trying to decide what to do when this doll my mom gave me right before she died starts talking to me. And the doll says, "Don't be afraid. Just do what you're told, but don't forget to bring me with you." So I walk down the street, and it's dark and kind of creepy, and when I get to the house, I realize for the first time that the fence, which has always just seemed like plain painted white wood to me, is actually made out of bones. And on the top of every post is a human skull. Oh, shoot. If that's Jeff, I should get it. Jeff said he was gonna call. I'm gonna get it just in case. Sorry, guys. Hold on a sec. Delaney Keith, 5'5", Classic Talent Agency. A headshot is a picture of your face that actors use to take into castings, whether it's film or television or theater. A headshot is needed for the casting director to see what the actor looks like and so they can remember their face. So for a headshot, my advice would be get a professional photographer. They don't have to be really expensive, but make sure that they can get a photo of you that captures you in your best light. Be yourself. You don't need to wear a bunch of makeup if you wear makeup. Wear a plain colored shirt. Natural light is normally preferred, and have it from about your chest up, and so it really shows your personality and your face. For those of you looking to get signed by an agent or seeking representation, I would say start on Google. Look up agents in your area, look up their reviews, and see if there's anybody on their roster that looks like you. If there's not, submit to them first. Still submit to the other ones, but submit to those ones first. Whenever I looked for my agent, I knew I wanted to work out of Atlanta because that's where a lot of film and television is happening, which is what I wanted to focus more towards. I looked up agents on Google, found the one I wanted, and sent a submission email. If you click on an agent's webpage, normally it will lead you to a submission page and give you details on how to do that. I followed the instructions, sent her a monologue and a headshot and a resume, and within the next few days I had a meeting with her. Now, a lot of agents will ask you for a reel, and I can get into what a reel is as well. I did not have a reel, so I was able to send a monologue, which a lot of you, I'm sure, will be able to do as well. What is a reel? So a reel is a short 1.5-minute video edited together of clips of an actor's work. And for a reel, you're going to want to show off your best work. So make sure that the sound is good, there's not a lot of distractions, and it shows off your range. So for my reel, which I'll show at the end of this video, I start out with a clip from a horror movie I was in, move to a couple short films of roles that I would potentially be cast in from other casting directors, and end with some fun music videos. So it shows a journey, and it's about 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes at most, and you can upload that on various web pages and submit that alongside your video auditions to show casting directors your range. He knows we're going somewhere, just not where. Happy anniversary.
Whose house is this?
Ours. I rented it for the night off that rental app, Airbnb.
I'm all for taking a 10-minute ride in someone's car off of an app, but staying in someone's house, it's a little much.
I thought I gave you these keys personally. Does that lady live here?
I don't think so. I think she just rents this place out to guests to make money. This is probably just one of the houses she owns.
No. Let's get out of here.
This woman is sick. How many people has she done this to?
Will that be cash or card? There's your order, and I'll be right back with you.
No.
Card stolen?
Stolen. They're gonna take this out of my tips, I know it. That's 2 days worth at least.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll comp it out.
Really? Thank you. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Is everything okay?
Oh, hey, Carol.
Marcus, I already told you to keep it down.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Carol.
Hi, Johnny. Listen, you two keep it down or I'm writing you both up.
You said that I could be the one, yeah, but I'm just not there now. And I know we've only just begun, but we're never gonna stop. Yeah, baby, we'll go up, yeah, then down. You dream your dreams and I'll spin them around, yeah.
Yeah, this could be my one shot hand. This could be my one shot hand. One shot, my one shot, yeah. One shot.
Thank you all for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you and helped answer some of your questions about acting and the business of that, as well as on-camera acting and Zoom readings and how to present yourself on camera.
Shouldn't he be taking you somewhere for your anniversary?
He's always doing cute things for me. I wanted this weekend to be my little surprise. He knows we're going somewhere, just not where. Happy anniversary.
Whose house is this?
Ours. I rented it for the night off that rental app Stay B&B.
I'm all for taking a 10-minute ride in someone's car off of an app, but staying in someone's house? It's a little much.
I thought I gave you these keys personally.
Does that lady live here?
I don't think so. I think she just rents this place out to guests to make money. This is probably just one of the houses she owns.
This place is so sick.
I want to end up in a house like this one day.
I want to end up with you in a house like this one day.
Oh my.
What?
She's still here.
What the? No. Let's get out of here.
This woman is sick. How many people has she done this to? No.
I'm sorry. You look really familiar. Do I know you from somewhere?
I'm a dancer.